Up for auction is the top of the line MFP solution, multifunction printer, scanner, and computer. HP Z6dr with the V trimmer. It's great architectural printer, photo printer, and it has the vertical trimmers so you can do 2 up on 42 or 44-inch paper, and it will full bleed out the trim. It's actually very cool. I'll show you a demo of that tonight. And you get the HP HD2 Pro 44-inch scanner. This is the big one. This is the new one. This one also does up to 1.5 inch thick boards. 1.6 inches is what it's rated for. Manually, you adjust the height, and then you run your boards through. You'd have to take off these exit guides. Printer has a 2020 serial number on it. The scanner has a... Where's the date on this? I don't even see a date. 2020, April 1, 2020. They're both 2020. These were definitely sold together. They're a paired machine. Came off lease together. I reinstalled the software to update this to the latest version. It fixed some glitches with the driver. I'm now printing out a test sheet that's going to scan this and calibrate. So then I'm going to come back and show you a couple test prints, and I'm going to show you a scan. Everything's working as it should. Scanner has about 1,600 scans on it, according to the system, and I'll show you that when this is done printing. The printer here has... Might not be able to look at it while it's running. Job queue, usage. 53,000 feet squared, and length is 18,000 feet, which is 300 foot rolls. Divide that by 300. What's that, 50 rolls? A little more than 50 rolls, 60 rolls. Super clean, little cosmetic wear and tear, just from being in our office. I'm pretty sure it was pretty much used for architectural printing and whatnot. It's a 5-color ink system. Magenta, cyan, yellow. You get your red, your photo black, and your matte black. Can you see that? And then your print heads, there's 3 print heads, and one of them's probably close, but I did a nozzle test and it looks fine. Everything else looks good. Like I said, you have the V trimmers, which it'll trim out the sheet as it comes out. As you're going to see now, it's starting to shoot out a sheet that's being cut. As you can see, it's trimming the 1/4 inch off the right, and then here's your 24-inch mark. It's actually pretty cool how they work. That's a consumable. They're cheap. They're easy to replace. The cross-cutting knife is a consumable. The waste ink is not even close to full. The spittoons look fine on both sides. I'm going to test this live with you. I have not tested this yet. Everything looks super clean. Sounds good. 1,600 scans is nothing. I doubt anything's wrong with it, but I will check it top to bottom and calibrate it for you before we ship it. I'll bring you back for some demos. Other than that, you know the line, you know the saying, good luck, happy bidding. All right, back to this. It printed out the calibration sheet. If you're familiar with any kind of printer calibration, it's basically how it will scan everything. So you line this up, you click scan sheet, and then it should suck it through, theoretically. I don't know if this is the right paper. This is what I have. And you always go face down. Can't do this with one hand though. Guess that's all I needed to do was a quick scan just to set a profile. I guess if you're using different color paper, you need to do that. So basically it's like an I1. All right, so then you made your profile. Hit OK. Now if you wanted to kick this out, we just push it back. So if I wanted to take this and make a copy, I would, but what I want to point out is that the printer automatically trimmed this down to 24 inches like it's supposed to be. I thought that's pretty neat. Here's your trim. I don't know, most printers don't do that. So now let me do a real quick print and scan to show you that everything's working like it should. So if I put this in here like this, let's do it this way so it's less waste. So we do copy, just do grayscale. Output auto, auto, auto. All right, so I'm just gonna copy this to the printer. I hit go. It's gonna preview, because it always does. And now it's kicking it out of there. You can also, I believe, just press the green button on here once you load it, and it will just copy it with the default settings. This holds 2 rolls. I have 1 roll of 44-inch paper in here, which I'll give to you. I always send the roll with it so you can get up and running right away. Photo paper runs great in here. I have a company that sells, you know, imported paper that's made for aqueous ink, which is what this is. This is not your eco solvent or your latex. This is aqueous pigment ink, which is great for photos and drafting and your plots and your plans. And if you're doing anything short-term indoor signage, there's tons of materials you can get for this. Like I said, it's now just going to print with the V trim down. And then I'm going to come back and print 2 posters, 2 up with the V trim on. So now this is printing at its full speed, like a black and white draft kind of setting. As you can see, it's cutting it down to the size that I scanned, which is nice. And it cuts it to exactly the same size. All right, so you get the scanner, the computer. I'm gonna give you all your Ethernet connections. I have this set up Ethernet to the scanner, Ethernet to the router, Ethernet to the router from the printer. So you do need 2 open ports on your router or a switch, which is super easy. And again, everything just works with these things. So I'm gonna go back to my desktop, find some posters I wanna print, and I'm gonna set up this to print 2 prints with the V trim. So you can see how you can do 2 full bleed posters without having to trim anything. Like, it's like a great workflow. So if I go back to setup and I go into system, all right, so here's your info on the scanner. Like I said, everything's 2020, 2021 year. It's got 1,600 scans on it. That's nothing. And this can swing, obviously. And then these are just magnets that help you guide in your paper. Let me show you how this opens. You unclick 1, you unclick 2, and it goes up like that. Super easy to use. The light's at the bottom. The bulb is replaceable. It's all behind this panel. Well, I'm not even opening it then. It's never been opened. No reason to open it. Everything's working as it should. All your rollers are perfectly good. Everything's clean. It does have a feather option. I don't really understand what that does. If you scan a lot, maybe you know. Maybe it's less pressure on the exit. And then here's your, this is how you adjust your height. It literally, you push it in. You do that. Okay, so that's your max height. That's your 1.5 inches or 1.6 inches. And then you ratchet it down. 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, and then you're at your lowest setting. So that's how you adjust it. The HD Pro 1 was automatic and it always failed. The gears broke, you couldn't get them. Much better design. If you know what this is, you know this sells for $12,000 new, just the scanner. The combo sells for $19,000 new. And you get the computer, the scanner, the printer. I'll give you all the cords, everything you get except for my switch and my long Ethernet cord and my surge protector. If you have any questions about this, if you're not sure if this is right for you, reach out. You know, I'm here to help and support you guys. You guys support me. Questions, comments, reach out. I appreciate everyone that bids, and I'm always looking to support my community, which is you guys. All right, good luck, happy bidding. All right, I wanted to bring you back one more time and show you how the vertical trimmers will output a full bleed image. It is Thanksgiving. I came back to the office to get these auctions up, so I'm leaving town. Just got a regular photo from dinner tonight. And this HP Click app is nice because it shows you exactly how it's going to print. If you're not familiar with like wide format printing or using rips, this is very easy. It's free. All the settings are available. So basically it's going to trim the edges and the front leading edge, I believe, as it prints. So it should be a borderless print. You could obviously set your artwork up to have bleed, so it cuts the bleeds, not the edge of the photos. But just for a demo, I'm going to show you how this is going to go. So we're going to do normal quality. We're going to do full borderless print, vertical trimmer. I'm going to do 2 copies. All I have is the universal bond paper, which is probably too light to print at this quality, but I want to show you that everything's working right. I'm going to hit print. It sends it to the printer. And I'm going to follow you up there. Looks like it's coming back to life. Again, your printer with the vertical trimmer kit, this will hold 2 rolls at all times. And if you're printing the same kind of stuff where you're going to be doing full bleed prints, it will you can keep a 44-inch roll and like a 24-inch roll, and it will automatically adjust, or a 36-inch roll, and it'll pull the right paper based on what you pick in the drivers, based on the size. Again, you get the scanner, the computer, which is off. As soon as it wakes up, it comes all back. Just takes a second to talk to it. You need 2 network ports. Yeah, 2. One for the computer and one for the printer. Doesn't matter the IP addresses. This will find the printer on your network once it's all connected. And again, I'm here to help. If you need any help setting it up, putting it together, you call me once you get everything delivered, and I will help you where the plugs go and everything else. We usually tag them if it's real complicated. This one's not too bad. All right, so now it's printing that photo. And the last video that I showed before was just some black and white cartoon coloring pages that I blow up to the biggest size for my nieces to color tomorrow during the day, because I'm a good uncle most of the time. As you can see, it pulled back and started printing off the page so that when it comes out, it's literally trimming the bleed. So obviously this is not the paper you would do this on. I mean, you could do it on this paper, but you're not going to get the photo qualities. But imagine how much time that's saving you by having full bleed poster prints come out dry to the touch for point of sale. No finish time. All you need to do is click print and make sure they don't overstack. So obviously this is oversaturating the paper. Probably a coated bond would be best for this. And it pulls it back and then cross cuts. So you get a full bleed print on any paper basically. It's gonna print a second one now. It's very neat technology how this works. As you can see, colors look good for the type of paper it's on. It burns a strip, just kicks it out. And then it starts printing again. Very cool. There you go. 224 by, whatever, almost 18 by 24 pictures in 6 minutes. Ready to ship. Very nice setup. Great little setup for any shop looking to add this stuff. Questions, comments, reach out. If you need to see me print something else or you want to send me a file to test, I'd be more than happy to do it if I have the stock. All right. Good luck. Happy bidding.